here. It's called bilindi. Bilindi is very, very sour. It has the same purpose like lemon or lime. And when we use bilindi, we use it mostly with fish. Grilled fish, fish chutney, fish soup. And when we use bilindi, we don't have to use lime at all. Okay? And we have fresh coconut on the table. Okay, so this is fresh coconut. And that's the one that I have here. Come on, help yourself. Some coconut shell. You can use it as bowl to put your pieces of coconut. It's a really good afternoon snack. Eh? And when you eat coconut, don't talk. If not, you might choke with the pieces of coconut. Eh? I will do all the talking. Normally, you can have coconut simply like that, or you can dip it in sugar, or you can caramelize that sugar and make a sweet known as nougat. At the restaurant, once again, they serve the nougat as part of their dessert set, so you have a chance to taste the nougat if you haven't until now.
How do you spell that? How do you spell that?
Nougat, N-O-U-G-A-T.
Try something for the smell.
Yeah. Okay. You know, coconut that have dried up, I showed you one piece in the mill. It is clear in color or transparent. If you eat the small one that was from the barrel, you will taste only the oil. So coconut oil is really good to cleanse the body. If you suffer from constipation, half a coffee spoon is ideal. But if you eat this one, you can have it the whole day. It won't do you any harm. But the other one, make you stay in the restroom for 2 to 3 days straight. Okay? So it's best I'm giving you this one here. So anyone from more pieces? You want them?
No, no.
The best way to have coconut is sit on the beach with a bottle of coconut rum, of course. Huh?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, please. Help yourselves. So I cover for a British governor, because from 1811 until 1976 we were under the British colony. This was built for a British governor, and all where we are standing now was a coconut plantation. But then they cleared everything out to make this big field. So the first house that was built, they had to build it this way, meaning on pillars, doors and windows open so that fresh air can circulate inside. There was no electricity. Also, the wall was with bamboo and it was much more spacious. After they filmed that movie in 1977, they used it as a holiday home to one of our late president, Mr. Franz Albert Rene, who passed away earlier this year at the age of 87 years of age. Mr. Rene will always come here with his family for some quality times. He will also invite friends like Prime Minister of Great Britain, Mr. Tony Blair, French President François Mitterrand, all will come here for a small holiday. This house is located at the start of Ansos d'Argent Beach, which is at the back here. On that same beach, a couple of advertisements have been made, like for the Bounty chocolate. Why not? A lot of coconut here. Also for the Bacardi, and part of other movies like Robinson Crusoe, the first edition, Bilbao, a film to do with boats and the sea, and part of Castaway also, from Tom Hanks, also filmed on Ansos d'Argent Beach. But this is not the part where we have the granite boulders, where we're going to arrive. That's where the granite boulders are located. Now, they did a renovation on this house early year 2000, and they removed the stairs that will go up. That's why you see the attic. They have replaced it with a roof, and they have also changed the wall. Instead of bamboo, they have now put takamaka wood. And you will see that there's no kitchen inside the house, because remember, we cook outside on wood. Even the president, when he was here, he would keep this traditional way of cooking his food outside, and there's no toilet facilities inside. They have introduced a modern toilet, but it's not in operational because they don't have any water facilities inside, right? So now this house is a small museum and an art gallery downstairs. The furniture inside.
How would they know the dog?
All right, come on in, guys. Just be careful. The floor can be a bit slippery because that's what they use to polish. This is the coconut brush.
Coconut brush.
It is much closer to Madagascar than from Mahe. So from Mahe, it is around 2.5 hours by small plane, or up to 1 week by boat. See
भाइयों कितने बड़े बड़े कछुए हैं, मैंने अपनी ज़िंदगी में पहली बार देखे हैं। पानी के अंदर खूब कछुए होते हैं, पर ये पानी के अलावा है। सामने देखिए वो सेक्स कर रहे हैं।
Underneath the male belly, there is a curve. And when they go on top of the female, it clicks and fits easily. There is always a friction that goes when the male mates. That's why the female shell is polished and round because of all the friction, like sandpaper. That crabs, like the coconut crab, birds, and also fish, like the jackfish, the trevally, they eat the baby tortoises. So to prevent being eaten, they go hiding for 10 years. These tortoises are herbivores, which means they eat only green, so it is easy for them to find food. If you notice, in the front of their face, there are two holes. We call them nostrils, and it is their nose. That's how they breathe, that's how they also drink water. They have adapted drinking water that style because on Aldabra Atoll, it is a flat coralline atoll, so it rains rarely. When it rains, water is stored in between the pieces of corals. It is their nose that will reach the water first. So they have adapted to drinking water that style. These tortoises, they can live between 150 to 200 years. We do have some centuries in this pen, like the big ones that you see. These are nearly 100 years of age. One interesting fact about tortoises. Tortoises never stop mating. Even if they are 200 years, they will still keep on at it. So we should be like tortoises, eh? Not regarding the mating, but they live longer because they simply eat and sleep. That's all. We should do like them. No stress. Right, so around the corner, normally they have baby tortoises. And we can see the difference in this size.
Ja 100 igazad van. De 200 éves kor. 200 éves kor is elég.
बहुत लाइफ है, 30 to 100 ईयर लाइफ। बाप रे 3200 30 to 100 नहीं 30 ईयर to 100 ईयर।
ना हजारों साल जीते हैं।
अरे 100 साल तक।
किसने कहा आपको?
So that's a male, this one is a small.
मुंह
So when we scratch, let's say using a small stick or a small stone, they move. They move because it is painful for them, not because they like it. So this reduces their lifespan for a long. Much, like let's say they will live for 200 years, they might live only for 100 years. Crabs, like the coconut crab, birds, and also fish, like the jackfish, the trevally, they eat the baby tortoises. So to prevent being eaten, they go hiding for 10 years. These tortoises are herbivores, which means they eat only green, so it is easy for them to find food. If you notice, in the front of their face, there are two holes. We call them nostrils, and it is their nose. That's how they breathe, that's how they also drink water. They have adapted drinking water that style because on Aldabra Atoll, it is a flat coralline atoll, so it rains rarely. When it rains, water is stored in between the pieces of corals. It is their nose that will reach the water first. So they have adapted to drinking water that style. These tortoises, they can live between 150 to 200 years. We do have some centuries in this pen, like the big ones that you see. These are nearly 100 years of age. One interesting fact about tortoises. Tortoises never stop mating. Even if they are 200 years, they will still keep on at it. So we should be like tortoises, eh? Not regarding the mating, but they live longer because they simply eat and sleep. That's all. We should do like them. No stress. Right, so around the corner, normally they have baby tortoises.
Az 200 éves.
And we can see the
Nem tudom,
difference
melyik
in
van.
this size.
Ja 100 igazad van. De 200 éves kor. 200 éves kor is elég.
बहुत लाइफ है, 30 to 100 ईयर लाइफ। बाप रे 3200 30
to 100
नहीं 30 ईयर to 100 ईयर।
ना हजारों साल जीते हैं।
अरे 100 साल तक।
किसने कहा आपको?
So that's a male, and this one is a small.
More.
So when we scratch, let's say using a small stick or a small stone, they move. They move because it is painful for them, not because they like it. So this reduces their lifespan for a long. But like let's say they will live for 200 years, they might live only for 100 years. Coconut is from Thailand, green coconut is from India. Red coconut is for drinking only because there are more water than flesh, whereas for cooking it's the green coconut that is recommended.
They taste the same.
No, they don't. The red coconut is much sweeter and has of course more water than the green coconut.
Where the other is, I assume it's a big.
Bit blue in color. It's green going towards blue, and we call it iberi. Iberi is a small bird, like from the hummingbird family. The long beak. We call it colibri in Creole. Yeah. So this name is given to that coconut because it's not small, but this one is big. It has up to 2.5 liters of water inside. And it's very rare to find that one.
What is yellow?
This one is from Thailand.
Thailand.
Thailand. The green one is from India.
Green one from India.
India, yes.